This is the Starboard Formula, and the Starboard Formula has always been one of the flagship boards in the Starboard lineup for many, many years now. Basically, ever since the Formula class was introduced, Starboard has been always enjoying the lead in terms of both the racing results as well as the product development side of things. What you have here is the 2009 Formula, which is also the 2008 Formula. Basically what happened is that for 2008 and 2009, Formula windsurfing rules have changed to basically freeze the design for a period of 2 years. This allows the windsurfing class to be a lot more stable and a lot more affordable for races because the equipment side is a little bit more stable over a 2-year cycle instead of an annual cycle. So here we have the Formula board, and basically it's one of the boards that we spent the most R&D resources on over the last 2 years. We had the largest team of designs and largest number of races all combined together to be able to come up with this new shape. The new Formula board is basically designed around an extra wide tail and extra wide nose, and this does several things. For example, the extra wide tail allows you to have a much more efficient planing surface in the tail area because it is wider. You'll notice that the boards are becoming also more and more square up in the nose. They're becoming wider, and this basically does two things. One is that it balances out the extra wide tails by providing a little bit more lift. As the tail gets wider, the nose gets wider, and it keeps the neutral trim of the board. The second thing about wider nose is that it effectively makes the board longer on average, and this would then allow you to lower the nose rocker a little bit, which reduces the angle of attack of the nose of the board as it travels through the air. A lower angle of attack as it travels through the air means that you will get less drag from the nose, and also hydrodynamically speaking, whenever you hit a piece of chop in the nose, the board tends to skim over the top instead of being pushed backwards by the water coming in. So basically that's the concept behind the wider and lower nose in the front. If you look at, for example, the fin designs, they've always been quite deep and very narrow. This is because at the speed at which windsurfers travel over the water or across the water, the most efficient lift to drag ratio you can get comes from a surface area which is as wide as possible and as short as possible. This is pretty much the hydrodynamic theory behind it having a very wide tail in the Formula board. Now, if you look at the Formula boards over the last 4 or 5 years, the width of the tail has been increasing more and more, even though the maximum width stays at 1 meter. So today, with a 2008-2009 Formula board, you have pretty much a tail width which is 82 centimeters wide, which is extremely wide. If you look at the fins, they've been basically becoming more and more powerful as well. And all this works together because as the tail gets wider, you get a more powerful board, but at the same time you also get more leverage for the rider over the fin. So this basically has been the evolution of the Formula to what you have today as the 2009 Formula board. A wider tail, a lot more power, so therefore a lot more upwind angle, downwind angle, more speed, more acceleration, and also more leverage over the fin and the ability to use more power.